This is Occupier Killen coming to you live from the Hubble Elementary School on 42nd Street here in Des Moines, just north of the freeway. This is a tax day protest calling for the Iowa legislature to allocate full funding for the public schools in the state and other school-related programs instead of cutting it, forcing districts like Cedar Rapids to they've got some programs and fire a whole bunch of staff. And then give all that money that would have been going for schools to big corporations that really don't need the corporate welfare. So today is tax day. Instead of 15th, the government decided to give people a few extra days to file their income tax returns. So instead of Friday the 15th, which is normally the date when returns are supposed to be filed, it was Tuesday today. There are just a few of us out here. It's a bit rainy out here. There are 4 others out here besides me.
I was fishing in Canada 2 summers ago with my cousin.
Traffic here is starting to pick up. It's the usual rush hour. People going home from work and school or going to night activities. This is 42nd Street right here. And that, so the end of that white thing there indicates the beginning of the bridge over the freeway. So the freeway's just south of the school. And there's a business district north here. Kind of give you an idea where I'm at in the city. Basically waiting for a few more people to show up. There's one representative, two representatives of Owens International League. I got the email from the Catholic Peace Ministry.
There's another one about 3/4 this size in the back of my truck, but they're so heavy. I said, I'll carry one and I'm not carrying it. And we usually put them out.
So when I was walking around the building trying to find others, I saw some students leaving, so the school is, the students are leaving the school. They're done for the day.
It's all right if you park right there and unload them. If it's too busy of a street to do that.
Around the corner over that way is a parking lot. So parents are going as older siblings trying to pick up their students from that in that parking lot, and for those who drove also park there. Here's another person coming over here, so that will make 6 of us total. No signs or banners there out here because either they're not waterproof or they're negative. Plus it's raining and they won't last very long. Although it rain's not that hard, it's just enough to be annoying. A few decided to go stand under the tree. There's a few more walking on the sidewalk, but I don't know if I'm going to come up here. I'm just walking by. Huh? Up here they're going to join us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Such a great day. That's so lovely.
There will, this will include a bit of a street theater. Hopefully enough people will show up to pull that off.
I don't know where this came
Coming out on a rainy day.
Yeah, I left mine at home. I wasn't expecting on this. But this is waterproof, water resistant. My phone is water resistant, so I'm good.
That's the one we need to allow.
This is their soapbox.
Oh, Caitlin, can you get on the other side of Al? Can I get a picture?
They shouldn't give her anything technology. I don't even try. I think Eloise, can I do your sign?
I mean, you paid a lot for
We also have a members of the American Fund Service Committee.
Okay, well, how about I put your chair? This gonna be okay? All right, I got a chair. All right.
Yeah, some just showed up.
Yes, I am. Oh my Dollar bills are getting wet. Paparazzo, Jersey.
You look good, Dollar.
Thank you, Mr. Salem. That's a lot of money. I can't say that this is all my money. Not personally speaking.
But it's gonna be my money.
Come on, Taylor. So good to see you again after an absence when I was in Congress.
Yeah?
Lots of good for the
Oh, yes.
You know, it's just amazing, but one thing I have been keeping track of lately is who in the Senate is doing their job. And I am, because I'm Jolene Murph, and that's what I do.
Right at her job. You're not funny. I recognize you.
You recognize me?
Yes.
Well, I might not fund you, but I fund this.
And I appreciate her support. She's a wonderful lady. You know, so great.
Jobs?
Miss my education. It just caught on. Miss my education. Not getting an education.
Are you making sense again?
Yes, I am. I know you are.
Yeah, my oldest sister has been working for the Des Moines School since 1984. Same school she's been at Weeks all that time.
Is that right?
This is going to be our little soapbox.
Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any corporate logos on it. Well, people are honking. Had a couple of honks already. Facing the street apparently because the 42nd has the best visibility.
There he is.
We have another couple of the new arrivals. So, Iowa Citizens for Community Improvement is represented out here. So the woman in the white suit is playing the part of a corporate lobbyist, or just corporations in general. And then the pink, she's impersonating Senator Joni Ernst. And then we have another one wearing a long dress and a sash. Like a pageant participant or winner over there. And it had something about education in it.
Just for the traffic, I wanted people to mind, I did have an extra umbrella, I've got one in my pocket. But, I just want to remind everybody, we're paying our fair share.
That's a good one for.
And the other thing is, if we aren't
That's a good one
already
for
paying, we
school.
will by midnight. Midnight is the time today to pay our taxes. Well, we're here to say, tax money for schools, not tax cuts for corporations. Because, you know, we support taxes that support the common good. And good schools is one of those things that good taxes go for. So, just to get us started, let's hear it for schools. Tax money for schools.
Tax money for
So
schools.
tax money for schools.
Money for schools. Tax money for schools. Money for schools.
Well, you know, last year, the legislature did do a little something extra for schools. They passed a little extra funding for schools. It was very controversial. It took them a long time to get through it. But it ended up being the linchpin of the school funding. our tax dollars. But we all know what happened, don't we?
Brain dead.
Governor Branstad vetoed that scheme that would have helped schools. It's $3.6 million for this school year, for this one school district. $3.6 million. That's
Boo! Pretty bad.
So here's what the raging grannies would say about that. They'd say, if corporations don't pay their taxes, they're getting wealthy off children's taxes. And that's just not fair to you and me. So let me turn it over to Dan Hill so we can finish off. I want to make sure everyone gets a copy.
See if mine's the same as yours.
Normally we raging grannies would be in feathers and flowers and aprons and hats, flowered hats, and we're bowing to the rain today, and actually we're glad to see the rain. It would have been nice if it had waited another half hour, but you know, we need the rain. It's all good.
No,
Those of us who like to grow things are glad to
I'm
see
streaming.
the rain.
So.
Okay. Does everyone have a copy of Words?
Sure
Who
do.
wants to join us and sing? And it's very fitting that this song is to the tune of This Land Is Your Land. Because this land is our land for all of us. But unfortunately, not everybody has equal access to what they need. So we're going to sing to the tune This Land Is Your Land, and you all know it. Okay? I'll start us off. Please join in. I am a person, you are a person, with flesh and blood and with mind and conscience. The corporation is not a person, that word belongs to you and me. They dump big money into elections, buying our Congress and legislation. The corporation, a legal fiction, now has more rights than you and me. Right here in Iowa, many corporations, after making billions, paid no state taxes. Meanwhile, our schools and our kids are losing. That's not how Iowa should be. No way. Good educations for all our children, so they can live well and have a future. We need more taxes to go for schooling. Cut all the corporate tax rates now. I pay my taxes, you pay your taxes. Big corporations don't pay their taxes. They're getting wealthy off children's taxes. That's just not fair to you and me. One more time for Woody. I am a person, you are a person, with flesh and blood and with mind and conscience. The corporation is not a person. That word belongs to you and me. Woo! Thank you all. Yay. All right. And thanks to Woody Guthrie for this wonderful song.
That's a reference to Woody Guthrie.
Well, thanks, Dan. You know, the legislature keeps facing projections for state revenue, and there's one reason why that's happening. And it's happening, like Jan said, because they're giving money to tax cuts for corporations. But when they do that, they got less money for the things that we want to have.
Closer, you gotta have it closer.
Sure. All right. So most of the money has gone, instead of going to schools, it's gone to tax credits. And we want taxes to go to schools. So here's what we say to that. Tax money for schools.
Tax money for schools.
And that's saying tax money for schools.
Tax money for schools.
One more time. Tax money. Woohoo! Thank you. And now we are going to be blessed with some food together.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today in the great state of Iowa. I know that some of our representatives and Congress folks are not doing their job, but I am. So with that, I'd like to...
I'm miss my education, by the way, and I need some money. The schools, they don't have
Great! Oh, thank you!
money. If I can tell, the schools are run down.
I don't know what that means, but I have a pencil. Anyway, right in front of the school today, I'd like to... Tax people! Oh, my God! Thank you! I love that. Thank you. Did you say you need money?
Oh, I do, and you knew hairdo. Thank you.
Excuse me, where did you say you were again? I am Senator Jolene Murray from the great state of Iowa. And I don't know if I like you, but I do have a VHS tape about education.
Why would I take that? Nobody uses them anymore.
Are you saying you don't want to take what the government is giving you? Now you're talking.
If it's useless, no. Not very nice.
Okay, now over here, we have somebody who's actually contributing to society.
Well, it's not she doesn't have workers who are educated. She's not contributing to society.
Let's take a poll
She
from the
doesn't have
audience.
any job.
How many of you love this lovely corporate lady over here and know that she's doing a lot for our entire country, not just for the How many of you think that this, what are you then,
Miss my education.
actually deserves some money?
Yay!
Then you can all get with some, but I know who I'm with.
Yeah, thank you.
Taking lots of contributions from now until tomorrow. I never forget your
Wow, that was wonderful.
Realizing what the real priorities should be.
Absolutely. Let's give them a big hand.
Not a handout.
Not a handout. That's right. That's right. Well, I think there's something here you would agree with Will Rogers on. And Will Rogers talking, and he said the difference between death and taxes is death doesn't get worse every time the legislature convenes. Every time they convene, it gets worse. In fact, just in the last 10 years, the business tax credits have grown 263% over 10 years.
That's too freaking much.
And no wonder they don't have any money for general spending. They've been giving it all to tax cuts. That ain't right. I have a couple other facts about taxes. The Gettysburg Address is 269 words. The Declaration of Independence is 1,337 words. The Bible is 773,000 words. The tax law, 7 million words. 7 million words. I want to next introduce Carmen Santi Geisler, and she's the executive director of TIFU. They have lots of programs that support children and families, and they have before school, after school programs, summer programs. And let's hear from Carmen.
There is so much that could be said about the scandalous lack of public funding for quality, equitable education. One doesn't know where to begin. So today today I'm going to begin with a story I heard last week, actually from Bonnie Salem, Tony's wife, about the dedication and inventiveness of a teacher at a Des Moines elementary school. She wanted her students to read a book called Esperanza Rising by Pam Munoz Ryan. Munoz Ryan's story was inspired by the story she heard as a child from her grandmother, Esperanza Ortega Munoz. It's not a story for the faint of heart. Esperanza Rising tells the story of a young Mexican girl's courage and resourcefulness when at the tender age of 13 she finds herself living in a country that is not her own and in circumstances completely new to her. If you'd read the story, you would quickly see that it is precisely the kind of story that would be perfect for a classroom of students in a diverse urban neighborhood school to read. So thought the teacher. But the challenge was to get the book in the hands of the students. There was no money in the budget. She did not have enough personal resources, and so she did a GoFundMe initiative account to raise money to buy this book for her students. Good for her. Yeah, good for her students. But I believe my grandma, White, would say, Lord have mercy. Edith White, who was her most frequent prayer was, Lord have mercy, sometimes shortened to just mercy. She said those words when something was so wrong or so tragic or so absurd that she didn't have any other words for it. I heard her pray those words as she had tears in her eyes, as she shook with laughter, as she stood motionless except for the shaking of her head, as she sprang into action. They were words that I heard often as a child, and they are words that I hear pretty often as an adult, mostly coming out of my mouth. Circumstances and situations just seem to call for them sometimes. And today, we're gathered in such a time and for such circumstances, created by that tax code Jan was saying has too many words in it, and by tax allocations that are wrong, tragic, absurd. We are gathered this afternoon to call upon lawmakers to make the individual income tax, make better decisions regarding tax dollars. We call upon lawmakers to make better use of the individual income tax dollars that we're paying today, and to take a hard look at the impact of tax breaks on our life together, to see the tax code as a reflection of our collective moral code. As I understand it, the federal budget, for instance, in 2015, there were $1.110 billion available for discretionary funds, spending. Of that money, almost $600 billion, or 54%, was allocated to the Pentagon, one of those, maybe not a corporation, but somebody doing just as much damage. And 6% was allocated to education. Lord have mercy. Can you agree with that? Okay. Lord have mercy. Discretionary spending requires annual approval. But tax breaks, once written into that tax code, add up to the billions of words and remain there until lawmakers decide to modify them. In 2015, the amount of tax breaks in the tax code, money for the federal government decided that they didn't need, was even more than that total discretionary spending money. My people is really getting Okay. So of those tax breaks, 145 million resulted in lower tax rates on dividends and capital gains, impacting corporations and families of more economic means, while only 73 billion were allocated for earned income tax credits, which impacts families of more meager economic means. Lord have mercy. A good education for their children.
Not on.
The great hope of
families
of meager economic means. We join in solidarity with those families today as we call upon lawmakers to see their moral obligation to make equitable and reasonable decisions related to the allocation of tax dollars and the creation and maintenance of the tax code. Only then will students in Des Moines public schools and around the country know not only the story of Esperanza rising, but the experience of their own Esperanza, which means hope, rising. May Lord have mercy.
Thanks, Carmen. Let's give Carmen a big hand. All right, woohoo! How about another song?
I know.
So I was thinking, rather than you all trying to read your music, how about if I just shout out the words, and we'll do it to the song of When the Saints Go Marching In, and it's called When Corporations Pay Their Tax. So I'll shout out, each verse I'll shout out the line, okay? We'll start out, when corporations pay their tax. Now I want to be in that number, when corporations pay their tax. Okay, you ready? When corporations pay their tax. When corporations pay their tax, hallelujah, how I want to be in that number. When corporations pay their tax, when wealth is not just for a few, when wealth is not just for a few, when wealth is not just for a few, don't you know how I want to be in that number? When wealth is not just for a few. When corporate funds do not buy laws. When corporate funds do not buy laws. When corporate funds do not buy laws. Oh, how I want to be in that number. When corporate funds do not buy laws. When workers get a living wage. When workers get a living wage. When workers get a living wage. Oh, how I want to be in that number. When workers get a living wage. Equal work means equal pay. When equal work means equal pay. I threw a couple things in. Equal work means equal pay. Oh, how I want to be in that number. When equal work means equal pay. One more. When children's needs are number one. When children's needs are number one. When children's needs are number one. It's about time how I want to be in that number. When children's needs are number one. Thank you all. Thank you.
We're up to it.
Well, I want to be sure and let you know who our sponsor for today, and to also introduce our great organizer of this event, Sherry Hutchison, was our organizer. And she is one strong, feisty woman, and we're going to honor her on May 13th, and please watch for that. So, Wilk was a sponsor. Woohoo!
Women's International League for Peace and Freedom.
AFSC was a sponsor.
American Friends Service Committee.
And Kathleen, are you going to come and speak?
Oh, come on. Just
Why not?
go for it. You know you want to do it.
Well, it's great to be here again. I don't know how many years we've been doing this under Sherry's leadership. So it's always good to gather and to stand outside school and call for funding for schools. I can't think of anything more important to do. Working for the American Friends Service Committee, I know a couple places we can get this money. Not only can we get it from the corporate tax rate, but we can get it from the excessive military spending. Out of control budget. They ask and they receive. We need to turn that around, folks. It's great to work with you as we go forward on this. I look forward to our next steps, whatever it is, and certainly back here next year, but we'll have a lot to do in between. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathleen. And CCI. Not only did
I was Citizens for Community
but they're one of our sponsors, Adam.
Adam.
Woo! Speech! Speech! Oh, you chicken liver.
That's the first time. He doesn't have anything to say.
Nothing to
But
say.
thank you to CCI. And who else? Sherry, who else was a sponsor?
The Catholic Peace
Absolutely.
Ministry?
Eloise, would you eventually.
Yeah. I got the email from Catholic Peace Ministry.
And Catholic Peace Ministries. Very good, Caitlin. Well, I think, is there anybody that would like to speak on this very important topic? We'd love to hear from you. Anybody? Why can't you speak?
You've all done such a good job, you don't need to have me speak.
Okay, well then how about a, yes, Erica. Absolutely.
Hi everyone, I'm out of costume for a moment, but we do have a college student with us today who's joined us. She's over here, Lexi, from Graceland University, and she cares a lot about these issues. And I think, you know, we've got our elementary schools to think about. That is so important, but also taking some of the money that's just, when they say giving the Pentagon what they asked for, giving them more than what they asked for. I remember being here last year and saying it would be somewhere around $640 billion this year, so I'm sure it's increasing since then. We can think of what we can do with that, but the huge burden that our college students, face coming out and looking for meaningful work on top of it all. They shouldn't have to, choose in that sense and should be supported. And so that's another reason why we're here today to talk about the full range of education and to thank all of you for coming out and supporting it, and also to sharing the others for organizing. Thank you.
Thanks, Erica. Well, let's have the Raging Granny send us off with a song.
We'll make it short.
You can read your sheet. The last song is to the tune of Are You Sleeping, Brother John? And we could do it as a round. Shall we do it as a round? Let's sing it through together once, and then this side will start off, and after the first two lines, then this side will start off, okay? We'll do it 3 times. Yeah, okay. Let's do it together first. Taxes unending, corporation spending, not for us, not for us. Reinstate some sanity, turn it to humanity, common good, common good. Taxes unending, corporation spending, not for us, not for us. Taxes unending, corporation spending,
That didn't work.
humanity, not for us. Are we done? Way to go.
Yeah, that runs in like in a square.
Try it one more time.
You want to do it one more time?
Yeah, come on, we gotta get this good. Come on.
As a round, really?
We'll start.
You're not really wet enough?
We'll start and then we'll follow, okay?
Okay, this side will start.
Okay, ready, guys? All right, let's go.
Taxes unending, corporation spending, not for us, not for us. Taxes unending, corporation humanity, come for good, come for good. Reinstate some sanity, turn it to humanity, common good, common good. Reinstate some sanity, turn it to humanity, common good.
Well, that's
I followed her. We got it.
Common good, common good, common good. Thank you all. Okay.
We should be able to do.
Thank you, everybody.
What's the best way to do that?
nobody's doing it. If I can
To fix my hair. Hollywood Joe. Hollywood Joe. Thank you, Dan. Woo! Thank you, guys. That was really neat. Thank you. Real good.
You want mine's across the street.
Yeah, she somehow fit in the clothes we had.
I know, the shoes fit me like perfectly.
Like Cinderella.
It's saying something. That's what I want,
Like
so.
Cinderella, just waiting for her costume.
I know. Yes. But really though.
Hey everyone, are you guys going to be out of the Iowa National Guard? That's coming up.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a pass on that one.
It's going to be
I cooked lunch at the mosque on Friday, so
right? How they went on tour, and so that they should be at that as well.
yeah. I'd like to go there, but I'm going to have to take a pass.
Where?
To the drone protest.
The what?
On Friday,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to take a pass on that one. But the evening one I can hit.
Oh, that's good.
I got the 3 events that were in that Catholic Peace Ministry email.
Thank you.
So I can hit the Friday night one, but not the one at the airport.
This was made in Switzerland. Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it really was. And it was deposited there. Well,
So to do it for my stream, I'm going to go ahead and
Thank you for your support. Their name's Scarlett.
Thank you. You did it?
so I will come back up on Friday evening at 7:30 p.m. Central.
This alter ego might not come out once I get there.
So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next
What?
time.
DC might just stop.